Hi guys, Joshua Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 3 of season 1 of Babylon 5. Thank you so much for your support, Tony. Let's get into it.
I expect you in the council chambers at 10 tomorrow morning to begin formal negotiations with the Narn.
Unless, of course, you wish to pursue the wise course and cede all claim to the Euphrates sector.
I would rather kiss a Jovian tree-worm.
You have kissed far worse things in your times, Molari.
Yes, and you can kiss my plump Centauri.
Plum?
Gentlemen, this is what I've been waiting for. Please, sit down. Don't...
What the heck? Well, at least they're getting along for a second. Oh!
Hodar, the new head of your diplomatic staff.
Yes, I wasn't expecting you for several days.
I was eager.
Hey, hotspots. How about you and me blow this joint and go play a little scan the sector?
That's a rejection? Oh. What the heck?
It was the dawn.
I was waiting for something horrible to happen and stuff, but
10
no?
years after the Earth.
Communications check commencing. Anomaly discovered.
There we go.
Flagging.
Sounds more like it.
Garibaldi to Sinclair.
Sinclair here.
Commander, I turned up an unauthorized transmission to Earth on Gold channels last night.
Run it by the EO. I'll check back with you when I can.
I've tried 3 times. There's still no answer from his quarters.
Then try him again.
First work, then
If you'll
play.
excuse me for a moment.
Londo and Jakar know a peaceful solution in the Euphrates sector would benefit them more than a conflict. That's where you come in. You're my peeler. You're going to peel away their lies until they're left with that inescapable truth.
Then you have to peel a lot.
I do. If Londo ever shows up.
Well, at least she's fine.
Mr. Garibaldi, I know it's a problem, but one transmission is not a conspiracy. Now, you've informed me as a commander ordered, and I will tend to it when my other duties permit. In the meantime, I suggest you monitor the gold channels more closely in case there's a second occurrence.
I've already seen to it.
Well, then thankfully there's no further need for us to chat.
But there will be. You can't count on it being a coincidence. Definitely not here. Oh man, he really wants this game back.
Ah, the impressive Ms. Koda. So good to
Damn.
see you again. You are a treasure, Veer.
Uh-oh, why are we seeing her? Oh, that's why.
Drakis.
Then why haven't you got the purple files from him yet?
It's difficult. He doesn't trust me.
You forget your place, Centauri. A slave must never lie to her master.
Someone else we need to get rid of.
Those files can bring down any house in the Republic. The Narn will pay well for that data. And I want it. Use the mind probe. Cheer up. It's not so bad. After you've done your job, you'll have your freedom. Ambassador Molari will have his memories. And I'll have the Centauri Empire by its mighty throat.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah. Just as good as winning the lottery.
It's beautiful.
It's from the earliest days of the Republic. It originally belonged to a matriarch of my family, a woman of wisdom and strength, grace, and great beauty. We Centauri live our lives for appearances. Position, status, title. These are the things by which we define ourselves. But when I look beneath the mask I am forced to wear, I see only emptiness. And then I think of you, and I say, to hell with appearances.
Are we really gonna do this? This is the most open I've ever seen. I'm really gonna do this.
Gotcha now, youths.
Warning. Intrusion countermeasure electronics.
I
in
see.
use.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Yeah, when I have to render a video for YouTube.
Well, his thoughts, they were intensely
Intensely what?
erotic.
Surprised.
No unauthorized transmissions logged.
What?
Can't they just delete
It's
it?
just a figment of your demented imagination. A cry for help, perhaps.
No, you guys are being hacked or something.
Make yourself more comfortable while I finish the drinks.
A capital idea.
And get the mind probe.
Tell me the access code for your purple files. Tell me now.
Triple cipher. Wine. Women. Song.
Purple files accessed.
Transfer all data to Crystalport.
Transfer of data complete.
Ambassador, you ordered me to rouse you for the negotiations.
Quietly, Dovir.
Yeah, lower your volume.
My brain feels like it's been sucked out through my ear.
Yeah, that
Get
kind
my
of
coat,
happens.
will you?
And you won't get your freedom, I fear. I'm just hoping you won't get killed.
Be proud, my boy. You are now the voice of the mighty Centauri Empire.
No pressure!
Thank you, sir.
Good luck!
Dovir,
Yes, sir.
don't give away the homeworld.
No, of course not.
He hasn't seen you yet. Oh shit! No, 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 that's just a random girl. No! No, that's not her.
Hey, who you pushing, cork face? Out of my way.
Where's security?
There's a transport leaving for Davo tomorrow. If I can get there, Trackers will never find me.
If those files wind up in the hands of your enemies, your career and your republic will be finished.
And what is your concern in all of this?
Because he's the one behind
I'm
this
simply
shit.
protecting my interests and my property.
Property.
She's a slave?
Ah! Hey!
She's used you, just as she's used everyone in her life. You must find her.
Get out.
She lied to you.
She's a slave, she has no freedom. Think about it. Slaves have to do what the orders say.
I shall return, but one Ambassador Molari is here and not before. In the meantime, Kodath will represent the Norn regime.
Thank you, Ambassador. I shall endeavor to represent our people to the best of my ability.
She's so happy.
Give away the whole world.
Same thing. They're more similar than I think they are.
This calls for the highest discretion. And Sinclair, only you, my good and dear friend, can help me.
If I do, will you agree to my compromise on the Euphrates Treaty?
I'll even seal it with a kiss.
That should make Jagar's day.
My good fellow, we don't wish to cause any trouble.
Too late, Numbo.
What the hell?
Do something!
What? What?
Argo was right about you, Ark. You run things tough. Well, we're looking to hire some dancers for a private show. Argo said you had the best, but...
He's right.
Smooth. Although that laugh really scared me.
Adira has a friend named Gira Akshi. They roomed together for a while.
And where might we find that friend?
She lives somewhere in Brown 6, I think.
Shit.
Kill them if you have to.
Trouble, maybe.
If it is, I'll double the price.
How would you even grab that? Why am I even thinking about that?
I have a friend or two down here myself.
I take it these are not them?
Chief, we've had a report of heavy weapon fire in Brown 7. I want you to check it out.
With pleasure.
Don't worry. I'll keep watch for your gremlin.
This is Garibaldi. Send a team to Brown 7, code 1057 Violet.
Roger, Chief.
Computer, monitor gold channels and locate Lieutenant Commander Ivanova.
Confirmed.
When the home world hears of this, I will be on a slow ship to oblivion. Besides, he might harm Adira.
Londo, she's the one who got you in this mess.
Yeah, but
I know. There must be some other way.
All right, I have an idea.
He's come out of the coma, but I'm afraid his condition's much worse. You'll only have a few minutes at best.
I understand.
Father?
Is that you, Susan?
Yes.
Oh, dear God, I never thought that I'd see your face again. Forgive me. Thank you, Lushenka Maya.
Little soul. You haven't called me that since I was... Papa?
Acceptable.
Then we have a deal.
Let us say, rather, an understanding. I never knew you could be so devious, Commander.
Coming from you, Ambassador, that's a real compliment.
It's counter to all Psy-Corps regulations to interfere in personal matters.
Miss Winters, the life of a woman is at stake, to say nothing of my career.
Is he serious about that?
the life part was yeah, that's the important part.
This is Ms. Winters, our resident telepath.
Telepath?
Mm-hmm.
You said nothing about this?
Oh, it's standard procedure.
A problem with that?
The alien sector, somewhere on level 4.
Security, she's in the alien
Nicely
sector,
done.
level 4.
Affirmative.
Oh, yes.
That is for Adira, and this is for me.
Can you give one for me as well?
You're not gonna believe this, but it was just what you originally said. A computer error.
That's the right thing to
I
do.
fixed it, and I don't think it'll happen again. Will it?
No, it won't.
Buy you a drink?
I'm on duty. Maybe some other time.
With our masks, we could have great times together.
Londo, you're sweet, but the wounds are too fresh.
All right. Then take this. And wear it proudly as a free woman. And someday, come back to me.
Alright, this was episode 3 and I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I would say it's like the best episode. I'm not sure if that is, that is something that objectively people would say. But for me personally, I think I enjoyed this episode the most so far. Maybe because it really hit me on an emotional level as well. I thought it was very good and I was happy to see Londo again. Don't get me wrong, I also enjoy the other characters a lot. I mean, it's quite hard to choose a favorite character, but I mean, it's not the most important about the show. But I just really enjoyed the storylines, and I enjoyed seeing Londo with Adira. I was very worried that she would end up being killed, or that Londo would end up, not believing her or hating her. But I'm happy that I guess they ended on a happy note. But yeah, it was kind of scary, I guess, hearing that she's a slave and that she's not just a slave, because that's already horrible enough, but also that Trachis, wanted her to betray, use Londo so that she could extract information from him so that he can get access to the purple files. And the purple files that would contain, a lot of information, about the family histories of Centauri, but more importantly, if I remember correctly, about Londo's family history. And as has been established a lot of times, even before this episode, for the Centauri, family history, family reputation is very important, maybe even the most important for them. I mean, we've seen before that Londo tried to get certain, I guess, I think it was evidence of the horrible things his grandfather did doing to the Narn, regime. If I'm right, sorry if I'm not right though, but we've seen it before, so it's not something new. So that makes it even feel. I don't know. It works of making the stakes feel even higher. But it was very horrible seeing her going through that and seeing that she does love Londo a lot and that she doesn't want to hurt him, and she also being surprised that he cares about her that much. And he actually said, that he acknowledged himself that he, a lot of times, they're wearing like masks because they have to keep up certain appearances, and she was also worried about what would people think if they will see us together. So it was very nice to see Londo this way, very caring and being like, that he just cares about her, and that at that point it wasn't that important for him, and so I was very relieved that even though she did end up using the mind probe, and even drugged them before that, Jesus. That after a while she did, it was pretty last second, but it still counts. Just before she would go up to Trachis, she changed her mind and she, went away. And unfortunately, Trachis saw her, recognized her, but luckily he couldn't get to her. But she changed her mind. She couldn't do it. She couldn't hand over the purple files to him. And I'm very happy, that at the end of the episode, she got to hear that she isn't a slave anymore and that she is free. And that also, that she was able to find her own way. And, Londo, even though Londo really wanted her to stay, he clearly respects her enough to just let her do what she wants to do, and just telling her that, that he will be waiting, that he will still be here if she wants to, come back to him. I don't know. I really appreciated it. There were a lot of those sweet moments in this episode. But I do hope, though, it's all good that she's not a slave anymore, but I very, very much hope that at one point we will hear in this show that this law, because it is a law in their own, in the Londo's Republic, that slavery is a thing there. Again, I'm sorry if I make a mistake, but I remember that that one of the horrible things that the Centauri did to the Narn was that a lot of Narn, people from the Narn were being enslaved as well, if I remember correctly. But I didn't think that even their own people were slaves and are still being slaves. So I really hope that at some point we will hear that, there will be no slave. But I mean, there's probably a long list of every freaking regime that, there's still a lot of work to do. But I just want to say that I really hope there will be any slavery. Also, really enjoyed the duo of Londo and Sinclair. I liked seeing them with each other and being on this, I guess, little, mission, but a very important purpose. And but the purpose, of course, means saving Adira and, of course, exposing Trachis, especially in the nightclub. The way that Sinclair did, I guess, that laugh, and he convinced the boss of something that, he knows someone that he knows, and because of that they gained access to the dancers. The laugh was kind of scary, but also kind of funny. I especially enjoyed Londo's reaction to it as well, the fuck. I don't know, Sinclair in general, when I saw the Gathering, I think I said that he was my favorite character. He's still one of my favorite characters. I don't know. So and also, Garibaldi and Ivanova. That storyline at the beginning, I wasn't too sure where we're going with this. I thought, oh, there we go, we found something, someone is hacking into the system, maybe there's another, I guess other than Trachis himself, another inside spy, or maybe they're setting up something for the next episode. I have no idea. I really never would have expected, that instead of having some kind of, enemy interference, it's actually Ivanova who was getting into contact with with her father, who was about to pass away any minute. That really threw me off. At first, when it seemed like Garibaldi was onto something, Garibaldi was like, wait a minute. So I was like, oh, he thinks that Ivanova herself is getting into contact. And I was like, she is just so strict and, I guess the perfect person to be like the military, what the military would want, you know, to have someone. She's like the perfect person they would want in the military. Can't really imagine her doing something that's really, really not something that's allowed, or even lying about it to Garibaldi, or like making fun of it, like, oh, you're just imagining things. So I was like, maybe he thinks it's her, but it's not her. But then no, it was her. But it's really understandable why she wouldn't want to talk about this. But that scene was very powerful. Everyone's acting, was of course great. Maybe a little bit too great. That it really hit me. If Ivanova, most of the time you can't really read her that well. I think, a lot of people would describe her, I guess, as cold. But we already heard about her, what happened to her mom. And why, and which is the reason why she doesn't want to get along, or can't get along with Talia. And it makes sense that she's more, I guess, closed off. But to hear that she lost even more, like, it seems like she doesn't even have any family anymore, or at least any close family. And now we even got to see her lose her father. It's horrible. But I was, that moment alone was enough to, like, I guess, kind of break me. But it also really hit me that Garibaldi, told her about that, the gremlin thing. Instead of confronting her like some people in some shows would do and be like, oh, whoops, I saw you talking to your father, which is very inappropriate. I like the way I like the way he handled this. I mean, she's not stupid, so they both knew what he was actually saying. But I don't know, the way he, I guess, tried to be, I didn't want to put her in an awkward position. Because again, she's not really that person who wants to. I mean, she's not really someone who likes to show, I guess, a vulnerable side. I really appreciated that. I'm having trouble like explaining what I mean, but I hope you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. And that he, offers her that maybe they can get a drink sometime, and she said, maybe later on. I don't know. I'm really not doing it justice, but I just want to point out that I really like that scene. And also interesting, that Ivanova's father, called her little soul, and that's something that she hasn't heard for a long time. And speaking of her father again, I appreciate that even though at the time they weren't on good terms because he was totally against her joining the Earth Force. I'm happy that he took the chance to tell her that he is proud of her, I don't know. Like, this is like, I guess, the first and last scene of a father, but they chose the good actor. It just, everything was just so, it was just so good, okay? I don't know. I'm really good. I'm really bad at, as explaining my thought process and all that, but I just want to say, it was just so good. I think every emotional beat hit me on the right way. I cared. So far, I enjoyed every episode, but this episode, to me, I enjoyed even more. I think it also helps that after watching the movie and a couple of episodes, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable, I guess, with the world and with the characters. It's like at the beginning I was a little bit stressed out, like, oh shit, I don't want to forget anything, I have to write everything down. I feel like it's more, I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it so far. I don't know, sorry Tony, sorry for this mess, man. I just want to say thank you, Tony, for introducing me to the show. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really looking forward to the next episode, and I'm also happy that more people are enjoying my reactions. I'm actually thinking about at some point, because I suck at editing, but at some point editing The Gathering and putting that on YouTube. But we'll see. I have no idea how pissed off they're gonna get the people who own the show about reactions on YouTube. I have no idea. But yeah, let's just stop here. I'm being a rambling mess. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.